Do you feel tired all the time, yet you have this kind of wired, nervous energy and you can't seem to get a good night's sleep? Maybe you're having problems concentrating. Are you feeling run down? Have you noticed any hair loss? Are you fighting off infection after infection? Maybe you're experiencing some aches and pains and you're not really sure why. Are you struggling with weight loss due to metabolic syndrome? All of these are possible symptoms of being under chronic stress, feeling just exhausted and stressed out. And the culprit in your body are stress hormones. They're released into your bloodstream. The primary culprit here is cortisol. High levels of cortisol caused by chronic stress can wreak havoc in our bodies. High levels of cortisol can result in a chronic state of inflammation in your body, and it's linked to many problems like fibromyalgia, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, IBS, sleep problems, autoimmune conditions, and many more. So today I'm going to share with you 8 ways to reduce the stress and lower your cortisol levels. Hi, I'm Paige Pradko. I'm a therapist who specializes in treating people with anxiety disorders, health anxiety, OCD, and agoraphobia. Welcome to Therapy for a Better Life. Before I begin, I left you a link to a free PDF called Why Do I Feel That in My Body? And it's explanations of bodily symptoms due to anxiety, stress, and panic. And it's in the description below this video. I also left you a free self-assessment to see if you might be suffering from health anxiety. Now, chronic stress interrupts the homeostasis or balance in your body and your nervous system. But the main reason that daily stress contributes to health problems is due to having too much cortisol in your bloodstream. Now, because we can't always escape chronic stress in our lives, because our jobs and schooling are important, as are everything else in our lives, relationships, families, caretaking, dealing with, financial issues, all of these responsibilities are important to us. And because we can't really get rid of the stress, we have to learn to better manage or cope with it and do what we can do to reduce our cortisol level. Our mental and our physical health really depends on it. So here are 8 ways that have been proven through research to lower your cortisol. Now, the first way to reduce stress and reduce cortisol is to spend at least 20 minutes daily outdoors in nature, in green spaces, in parks, woods, hiking trails. Researcher Rowe and colleagues found that people that live in areas with high amounts of green space had significantly lower levels of cortisol than those that did not. Well, it's a little unlucky for me because I live on a congested road, but I do make it a priority to get out to the parks and trails every day with my dog, Ollie. Now, Ollie brings us to the second method of reducing cortisol. Researchers, Beets and Associates, found that caring for and playing with our dogs, playing with any of our pets, really lowers our stress level, lowers our blood pressure, anxiety, cortisol levels, and raises oxytocin. Okay, to be perfectly honest, Ollie can sometimes raise my cortisol level. I'm sure he might have thrown off that study, but I love him anyway. Number 3, the third method for lowering your stress and cortisol is by engaging in creative projects, such as playing a musical instrument or knitting or creating visual art. Researchers Kamal and Associates found that painting for 45 minutes significantly dropped the cortisol levels of their study participants. Number 4, the fourth way to reduce cortisol is by exercising. Now, there's been loads of studies on this, and the key here is to choose whatever you prefer, whatever exercise method, but don't overdo it. Researchers seem to recommend that regular exercise from 20 to 60 minutes a day, but Schwartz and Associates, they report that high intensity activity with no recovering time can actually raise your cortisol level. So the advice here is to just not overdo it. Number 5 is difficult, but do the best you can to set boundaries and balance your work life and your home life. Do your best to preserve a little bit of time for you. We all have a limited number of hours and limited stores of energy. Now, the expectations we hold for ourselves must be reasonable versus these high expectations where we feel constant stress and pressure. So ask yourself, what's important to you? Because without your physical and mental health, you're going to be unable to really maintain that performance. I see this often in therapy. Very high achieving people come to see me that are exhausted and they can't sleep, they can't focus, they're incredibly unhappy. And although to the outside world they look like they have it all, because we all have limits. Bigger and more is not always better. So listen to what your body's telling you. Now, number 6 is all about your diet. There are foods that are better for lowering your cortisol levels. Again, there's tons of studies in this area. There are reports that excessive dieting or excessive overeating both have a negative effect on your cortisol level. So overall, having a balanced, healthy diet with high quality carbohydrates and good nutrition is best for managing your cortisol level. Number 7 is having a routine of unwinding at the end of the day. So this helps to reduce your stress and your cortisol. I have many videos on meditation practices, square breathing, progressive muscle relaxation. These are all practices that help to reduce your stress and cortisol. I'll leave you a link to a stress reduction playlist in the description of this video. And finally, number 8 is you need good quality sleep. Sleep deprivation is associated with high levels of cortisol. Now, according to researchers Hiratsu and colleagues, good sleep hygiene includes the same amount of sleep-wake cycle daily, even on the weekends if that's possible. Shoot for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Put the devices away a few hours before sleep and limit your alcohol, especially before bed. Now, allow your brain to just kind of settle down for night. Settle down gradually, naturally. I left you a link for a playlist for insomnia if you would need that. So we often can't eliminate the things in our lives, like work and school relationships, social commitments, caretaking, financial stuff. We can't really eliminate all of our responsibilities that cause our chronic stress and the resulting high levels of cortisol. And knowing now that they wreak havoc, the high levels of cortisol cause problems in our body, it's essential for good mental and physical health that you begin to incorporate some of these, if not all of these, 8 proven ways to reduce the cortisol level in your body. So be sure to like and subscribe if you like the content that I share. And just a reminder that I did leave the free PDF called Why Do I Feel That in My Body down below. And I also left you a free assessment to see if you might be suffering from health anxiety. So until next time, I'll see you in session. Take care. Bye-bye.